So let's move into Attune, which is the A of the care framework. And this one is about connecting with your child and being able to connect with them in a way that helps them to feel safe and seen. And really, this is about the attachment that a child has with their parent, irrespective of behavior. So, in the attunement aspect of the care framework, this isn't about fixing the problem. The fixing of a problem is going to happen not necessarily while the challenge is in your face. Fixing it is something that happens when you feel like you can connect with your child. And when you have that connection with them and they feel safe and seen, then it opens the door to problem solving.
It's about how do I approach my child in this situation so that they can feel loved, they feel heard, they're also supported in moving through the situation in a successful way. It doesn't mean that I lose, it doesn't mean that they win, but it means that we're going to find a solution to help calm the situation down so that we can get to a place where having a conversation or finding the solution can happen instead of the reaction, the yelling, the I'm not doing this anymore, walking away and getting to a place where, okay, kiddo, we've made it through this really hard thing. Now talk to me about what you need. This is what I need. And this is how we're going to move through. And obviously, we're speaking on their level so that they can understand. And we're working on finding solutions after we've been able to bring some regulation into the environment.
Yeah, so attune means to turn towards your child with warmth, with curiosity and presence before understanding their behavior, before problem solving. It's the act of making your child feel felt and seen and supported and safe. It doesn't mean that you're in agreement. It doesn't mean that you're approving of their behavior or giving in. It doesn't mean that you have won or lost the power struggle. It just means that you're neutralizing things and you're getting back to a base of we love each other. I care for you deeply. I see you in this challenge. We'll figure out the challenge in a moment. But for now, I want you to know I love you and I see you. And that might mean getting on your knees and getting to their eye level, making eye contact if that's appropriate. It might mean softening your tone. It might mean putting the argument second after your child, fixing the thing after that person in your life feels that unconditional love and support that you feel for them. Because when they feel that, oftentimes that can disarm the conflict. And it's likely not going to fix it permanently, but at least it puts in order of priority where action should be. And I always have felt this in my own life when someone has seen me be very reactive and flooded, and they could have joined in the argument. They could have criticized my behavior. But what I really needed in that point was just to feel seen and heard. And once that happens, then I'm like, oh, okay, I'm loved. And that flooding can stop. And that's what we want to do for our children is to help them to get to that space of regulation. And then when both of us are there, then we can move forward and then we can put plans in action and then we can discuss what happened and learn about behavior and what we can do to show up. And we'll talk about that in a moment. But before that learning takes place, that love and that connection needs to be there. So, what you're doing in this is helping your child and you get on the same team. Then, next, you can approach what the issue is.
And let me be clear, we're definitely not saying that this is an easy process. There's a lot, especially if the reactivity and the tools in the home are challenged and struggling. It's not like you're going to be able to do this tomorrow and have this rose-colored world. Right now, we're talking about what the end goal looks like and the possibility of that and why this is part of the framework. But yes, there is recognition that when you have a child throwing a tantrum for 30 minutes, that it's not an easy thing to attune to your child. Your child's not wanting to attune to you. Those are real things. And we will talk about real things. Right now is just this great overview.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's important too to know that when your child is flooded, that's not the time to introduce behavioral change strategies. When there's dysregulation, the goal is to get back to regulation. This is about how our systems actually are able to receive information and process information. And they don't do that well when we are in a state of dysregulation or fight or flight. Children, and especially neurodivergent children, cannot hear us or learn from us or even co-regulate with us when they don't feel safe with us. So what attunement does is it creates a felt sense of safety and it signals to the child's system that we're not threats. And this person is on my side.
In any work that I do with children and families, even whether they're my own children or the children that I'm in the homes with, once that resistance is built, which comes from fight or flight, that anxiety, that sense of feeling threatened, the ability to move into learning, skill building, engagement becomes really challenging. A child might do what they've been asked to do in a resistant space, but in that resistant space, they're not learning and they're shutting down. And the ability that we have to teach in that space has been decreased dramatically. When we can keep a system in a regulated space and teach, we will always learn faster in that space because we're safe and we're open.